Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. There's how you spell that person's name in case you want to look them up. For supportive oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. So if you want to find those artists, there you go. In case I didn't leave it up there long enough, just take it back a little bit, pause it. You'll find what you're looking for. Okay. Leo. You got completion at the bottom of this. We'll see how that fits in. I saw the completion, but I was like, where is that fitting in? We'll find out soon. And then you got the King of Wands here at the bottom of the other deck. So we'll see. I'll keep those in mind. I feel like they're saying, decide what, I feel like it's like putting something to rest. It might be putting something to rest like how somebody's treating you or how you're feeling about a situation, like just coming to terms with like, that's just how they are, that's just how they're going to be with me, so I'm not going to let it bother me anymore, one of those things. Let's keep going and find out. When we're coming into this situation, you've got the Prince of Swords with complacency and rejection. I feel like in the beginning of this situation, you say what you think is right, you say what you feel, you're good at communicating that. This is a situation where I feel like you have to kind of follow what other people want. You can't really lead the way. But I'm also getting like complacency with rejection is kind of like feeling like you do what you can to make things move forward. You say what needs to be said, but it's almost like it's falling on deaf ears. It's like they're looking at you and you're just like, they're blank stares though. Like you can tell they're not listening or absorbing a word you're saying, which I feel like is frustrated, but I feel like it may be a situation where you feel like you have no choice but to let them do that. And it's kind of like, for some of you, this is family. Like this is somebody you have to deal with and they're just not listening to you. And you're just kind of like, I feel like it's frustrating, but at the same time, you're kind of like, if I get upset about it, they're definitely going to shut down. So there's nothing I can do there. So it might be one of those things where you have to actually literally walk away because you're like, this is really getting me upset. And I know if I freak out on them, it's just going to go worse. It's just, I have to walk away. I feel like it's one of those moments like I have to walk away. They already have an idea of what they want. Whoever you're dealing with, this is one of the reasons they're listening but not really thinking about what you're saying. They've already made the decisions of what they're going to do. They already know where they're going to go with this. They already have it planned. They're listening. They're trying to like, okay. But they've already set things in motion. They're not even considering what you have to say. They literally aren't. They have creation on their side, but the destiny is telling me it's already en route. It's already happening. They've already made decisions. In the beginning, I feel like that's why things are going the way they are. The thing is, life throws its curveballs, and I actually feel, and I could be wrong, but you can tell me, Leos seem to catch curveballs. They seem to be, like that's, it seems like it's a Leo thing to like, if somebody throws a curveball, I'm up for it. I'll get in there and I'll handle it. Like I can handle a curveball. I feel like Leos are like that. They're like, is that a curveball? Not a problem. I'm here for curveballs. I can take curveballs all day. I have no problem with that. You've got the Star card coming in, and then Enlightenment in the environment, kind of like whatever this plan was that they had, whatever they already had in motion, they were going to do it this way, they were going to do it that way. Life threw a curveball, something went off the rails, and now it has to get kind of tidied up and it has to be redirected. That's where you shine. You're like, curveball? I'm here for it. Let me take care of it because I know what to do. I will handle it because that's what I do. I handle these things. I get in there and I take care of it. I just keep moving forward. I'm getting that very easily with the Leo energy that I'm connecting to. Kind of like, yep, all right. So this is where you get to hear, your voice gets to get heard. And it's where you might have told them things beforehand, and maybe you're even warning them, like, I think this is going to happen. I think you got to keep an eye out for that. I think you need to watch out. They weren't listening, but you knew it was going to happen, and you were ready. And you're like, all right, here's my time to put things back in order. Here's my time to make this go the way it needs to go. And you do what you need to do. You help the situation, but you also recover like the control here a little bit. I feel like they weren't listening, but you had good points in the beginning. Ironically, if they listened to you in the beginning, they might have avoided this. At the same time, you wouldn't have had as much control as you do right now. And I feel like it put the ball in your court. Like they need you to help pick up the mess. There's a face down card. Let's see. I feel like they're very thankful that you're picking things up, and they're feeling like they have a little bit of egg on their face. But it's face down, which I feel like it might not come towards you, but like they know that they're lucky that you're there. They're very lucky that you're here to help them out in this situation. And I feel like they're embarrassed. Should they know that they're lucky? I'm hoping they know they're lucky to have you there. Because the forgiveness is face down. So I'm like, I guess there's a couple different ways to read this. I feel like they should know. For some of them, they're embarrassed. For some of them, see, I'm fighting with that because some of them are upset that you're pushing things where you want them to go because you're putting them where they have to go because the situation is going to have a problem again if you don't. And they're not telling the forgiveness is face down. They're trying to. And I feel like even though they're lucky to have you there, and some of them know that, they don't want this to go completely a different way. Like, we were going towards Albuquerque. That's where I want to go, Albuquerque. And you're like, well, now we got to go over to San Francisco because that's where your answers are. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to go towards San Francisco. I still want to go to Albuquerque. And you're like, well, you can't. That's not really an option. Forgiveness is face down. That's why they're not putting that energy out there because they're trying to, even though you pick things up and put things back on the rails, they're like, well, all right, we can go this way for a while, but then I want to go to Albuquerque. I still want to go to Albuquerque. You're like, no, we can't do that. What you want is actually over here. And they're like, no, I want to go there. And you're like, but no, what you need, what you're looking for is over here. And I feel like it's very upsetting. I feel like there might be an argument here because you got the Three of Swords. Like, just when you get things back on the rails, just when you get things going where they're supposed to go, and I'm really feeling this, you're like, no, we got to go to this place because this is where it actually is. And they're still trying to veer you back to where they were originally headed. You're like, no, when we went that way, we had problems. No, that's bad curveball area. That's bad curveball area. You don't do well with curveballs. I do. I'm telling you, go this way. The Three of Swords is like, you get things back online, and they start heading them back towards the bad area again. And you're just like, are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me? And I feel like there's some words going on here. Because I feel like this time you're going to get upset. You're gonna let them have it. You're going to tell them. That's also the Three of Swords energy because it seems to make things more difficult. But you're fed up. I feel like they give in to you. They've got the Two of Swords with the release. They have to give in. Because they have no choice. Because you're telling them. And I feel like you're getting mad with them. Like, hey, you go back over there, you're going to have more curveballs. And you know what? I'm not into the business of just letting you just keep heading for curveballs. If you want this to work out, keep going this way. If you want to go back there, you're going without me because I'm over it. Good luck. Good luck. If you're going to go that way, good luck. I'm getting you're mad. You're not happy. You're not impressed. They have to go your way because they can't handle those curveballs and they know it and they need you to do that. It goes back in line with the way you think it should go. I'm getting this card, which I find very peculiar, because I thought Leos were good with this, but then again, that's stereotypical, isn't it? I feel like when you said you got upset with this person, I'm feeling it's a person, there's something that happened where it went, like you really gave it, like you really said how you felt, and you were probably quite expressive with that. And it's one of those things where the guilt is coming in, but I'm like, there's something that's like, there's a lasting problem. There's a lasting uncomfortableness here from this moment where you had the freak out. I mean, you were upset for a reason, but it came through with like total energy. Like, it was just kind of like floodgates open, whoosh, like you're ticking me off and this is wrong. I tried to tell you the first time, you ignored me. I fixed it and you're trying to screw it up again. And I feel like you were so mad. Like, I fixed it for you. And then you want to go back to the way it was. And I'm telling you that's wrong. And why did I bother fixing it if you're just going to knock it down again? But something with that moment went wonky, so be careful with that moment. I feel like once the moment happens, it's too late. Once it's like happening, it's just, it feels like it's a runaway train. It's just gonna, there it goes. Due to that energy, how this is ending off, you got service on your side with Seven of Pentacles. You seem to be doing the same as you did. You're trying to tend to things the same way. You're helping people. You got service here with the Seven of Pentacles. You're tending to things, doing them the same way you have been, looking out for people. I feel like this is where the King of Wands and the completion is, because I'm noticing at the end, you got the Death card on the other side with the expansion, which is telling me this person, they're either going a different way and they're just not doing things with you anymore, or you're just not wanting to do things with them. It's either one or both of you. It might be you, quite frankly, where you're kind of like, I'm not into these arguments anymore. I'm not into these problems. You might be literally disconnecting from them. They may be physically there, but you're like, I'm finished with this scenario. We're done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just fed up with it. Because you do have the King of Wands with completion, which really makes me feel like the King of Wands would be you. Doesn't matter what gender you are. And you're deciding, I'm over this. I'm not doing this anymore. This is not worth my time. Farrell, come here. Either way, they know it's over. They know it's over. It's not going to go anymore. I feel like this is literally... I don't feel like this person is out of your life. I just feel like this, whatever this connection is, whatever this is you're doing together, that's over. That's over. All right, anything else with this? All right, I think we're there. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.